Hello, lawyers. Welcome to another episode of the Young Partner series where we discuss skills, tools, and the different aspects of the role of a partner in a law firm, especially in the early years after their transition. We're going to kickstart the series this year with the executive director of the Young Partners Accelerator program, a program designed to train lawyers specifically in the role as partners that will be held in Chicago in October. Dr. Sharon Meit Abrahams. Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you, Eduardo. It's great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here too. Sharon is an international legal talent development expert. She has 30 years experience helping lawyers and law firms understand improve their productivity and profitability. Um, Sharon has written three books. They've been published by the American Bar Association. She has authored over 130 articles related to professional and business development in the legal profession and conducted over 200 seminars in a diversity of venues. And also, she's an editorial board member of Practice Innovations at Thomson Reuters. You keep yourself busy, Sharon. That's an impressive career.
Never a dull moment.
Well, due to your extensive experience working with lawyers that transition into the partner role, uh, I would like to talk about the partner role in general and some of the difficulties that arise during that time in a lawyer's career. Well, so maybe to kick things off, perhaps you could tell me in general, what changes does a lawyer have to confront when they become a partner?
Okay, that's a great place to start right at the beginning. So, on one day you're an associate and you get a phone call or an email, and the next day you're a partner. So there's a lot of changes that happen with that announcement that you've become a partner. Some of the changes are psychological. Just, you've attained a goal that you've had maybe for many, many years. And some of the changes are actually related to the responsibilities that you now have to your clients, to the firm, and to the people that you've worked with for all these years before you became partner.
Okay, and talking about those responsibilities, what would you say are the different responsibilities or roles that a partner has?
So if you
And perhaps let's just emphasize in those that they didn't have when they were associates.
Okay, so we can look at it in a couple of ways, and the Young Partner Accelerator, we go into a lot more detail. So I'm just going to give you some of the highlights of this. But if you look at it from the idea of internal and external, all right? So internally, now that you're a partner, you have new responsibilities. You have responsibilities to the firm that you never had before when you were an associate. An associate, you're a employee, and as a partner, you're an owner. And so the lifeblood of the firm is now in your hands. And that's a big change for some people. And there's a lot of stress and anxiety related to that. So that's internal. If we look at external, that has to do with your clients and making your clients happy and the new demands that clients are going to have on you now that you are their partner, right? When you're an associate, you're just the worker bee, but now you're the partner. So it has a lot to do with the relationship that you have with them. That's internal and external. But then we also look at the pressures to keep things status quo and moving along, and then making innovative changes. So there's a whole other set of pressures, especially as a young partner coming in. You might be in line for succession planning, and the firm might look to you for those innovative changes. It's a lot of pressure.
So what you're saying is that normally, in your experience, firms look to the younger partners for the innovation part of the firm. Is that how it works?
Well, I hate to use the term old dinosaurs, but I think most law firm partners understand that there's this group, especially at the senior level, that are the people who have some of the old thinking and if it ain't broke, don't fix it attitude. But the world is changing so fast right now. These older partners don't have the skills, knowledge, ability, or interest in technology and the things that are changing. And they look to the younger people for guidance, which is a beautiful thing, right? The younger people can mentor up a little bit.
All right, great. And in your experience, what are the main obstacles that a young partner actually faces when they transition into this new role? I mean, we talk about the good thing now that they're going to look for them for innovation, but what's that wall they hit when
So
they transition?
I think the main obstacle that gets in the way of people who have been told you're a partner now is really a lack of information, a lack of expectations being shared with them. They don't necessarily know what their new roles are, that they have these new internal responsibilities or external responsibilities, because nobody's really sat down and shared that with them. And so to me, the biggest obstacle is information. The young person, or the doesn't have to be a young person, the young lawyer, because it could be any age, the young partner is not told enough about what the expectations are of the firm. So I think that's probably one of the biggest obstacles. And in the Young Partner Accelerator, we talk about those expectations in a general sense, because of course we don't know what every law firm's expectations are, but there are expectations as being a new partner would be, or being a young partner would be.
So maybe to summarize that, you would say that the biggest obstacle they face is clarity in their new role, clarity in expectations.
Yes, that's a good word to use, is clarity, because they have some thoughts about maybe what they're supposed to do. They look at other partners and see what they're doing. But until you say to somebody, this is what we want you to do, we're just, making it up as we go along. We figure it out on our own. But if you're given clarity up front, you can really, jumpstart your career as a partner in a law firm.
That's interesting. Well, so I'm always investigating about this subject, and I ran into a great article you wrote regarding ownership mentality, and I would like to talk a little about that. Would you mind explaining to us the concept and its relationship with the transition to partner?
All right. So it's very interesting, because when you become a partner in a law firm, your title changes, but nothing else seems to change. But you are actually now an owner. You've received a partnership agreement, which hopefully you've read, because you're a lawyer, you shouldn't sign anything that you haven't read. But the difference is, for example, if you and I decided to open a bakery, a cupcake shop, we would know that we're both owners. We signed a partnership agreement. Somebody's got to open the store. Somebody's got to bake the cupcake. Somebody's got to taste the cupcake. Somebody's got to keep the store clean. We know what we need to do to be an owner of a cupcake shop. Well, to be an owner of a law firm isn't quite as clear. So, for example, having an ownership mentality is looking at that client relationship not just as billable work that it comes in, but how can I take that client relationship and build it so that they stay a client of the firm for years to come? That's an ownership mentality versus just an associate who's billing time. So that's one of the examples of what I mean by ownership mentality.
All right, so, sounds great. Any other examples? Yeah, I'm
Sure.
sorry to push, but I'm really interested in the subject.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm always happy to talk about this. So when you're an owner of a law firm, you now have to worry about the future of the law firm, not just billing your time for this week or this month or even for the year, but what's going to happen down the line? Who is going to be the managing partner in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now? Who are the clients going to be? What type of work am I going to be doing? Me personally as a partner of the firm, or what type of work should the law firm should be doing? I worked with a firm years ago that went from being on the defense side, insurance defense, to plaintiff work. They literally pivoted their entire firm. It was the owners of the firm that made that decision to make a pivot, to stay up with where was the best income source for the type of law that they did. So with the ownership hat, you're looking at more than just, am I building my work? Am I doing my business development? But what am I doing for the future of the firm, to ensure a future of the firm, the succession planning of the firm? Am I looking at the people who we hire at the firm? Do you see, it's more owning a business, right? I practice law. It's a profession. Well, once you become a partner, you're a business owner, and you need to look at it like the cupcake shop that you and I are going to open. And we'll flip a coin to see who has to open early at 3 a.m. to make the cupcakes.
Sounds great. And I hate to ask it this way, because I'm sure that if I ask you for advice, you can give us hundreds of pieces of advice, but since time is limited, if you could only offer one piece of advice to a young partner, what would that be?
Ask questions. Seriously, ask questions. You've become a partner now. Ask, what does this mean? What are the expectations? Can I get clarity on what the roles are that I'm supposed to play? If you don't ask, you'll never know. And I think what happens as an associates are so afraid to show their lack of knowledge in an area or to show a lack of confidence in an area that they don't ask questions. And they learn maybe through junior people and all of that, actually how to practice law. And eventually they'll get a good mentor and they'll become a better lawyer. But as a partner, you now have every right to say, I want to see the finances. I want to know how we're doing. I want to do strategic planning. I'd like to know what the strategic plan of the firm is. Ask questions so that as a business owner, you have the data and the information you need to make good decisions for the firm. So number one, ask questions.
All right, great, Sharon. Thank you. And perhaps to close this wonderful conversation, can you tell us a little bit more about the Young Partner Accelerator program that you have?
I am so excited about this. This is truly a passion project for me. I have been doing young partner or new partner orientations for almost 20 years at major law firms in the United States. And it dawned on me that smaller firms, mid-sized firms don't have anybody who would take responsibility to run a young partner orientation or young partner information session. And that's how this got created. It's like, what can I do to help young partners really sort of hit the ground running and accelerate their career at the firm and the way they help the bottom line? And so it's a 2-day interactive workshop. And I mean, very interactive, and it's workshop, which means you're going to be doing stuff those 2 days. And we have amazing industry leaders that are coming. We have GCs coming from Microsoft and Google and TransUnion. We have fabulous people coming and talking about business development and what it means to be a partner. We have new young partners coming saying what it felt like for them to wake up one day and become partner. It's going to be jam-packed. It's in Chicago. It's going to be held at the Gleacher Center at University of Chicago, October 20th and 21 this year, 2023. And I think it's a great opportunity. And it's small. We're going to keep it intimate. So I think people need to sign up quick. Otherwise, all the seats are going to go fast.
Well, yeah, everybody needs to sign up quickly. Sharon, it's been an absolute delight talking to you. Thank you very, very much for this time.
Thank you, Eduardo. I appreciate it.